Hi everybody, welcome to the Actors Academy. Thank you for tuning in today. Today, we're going to be looking at Dacre Montgomery's audition tape for Stranger Things, where an actor reacts to the audition tape, the audition clip. We're just going to be taking a look at his first scene here. Dacre Montgomery, this scene is a great one for you guys to look at and watch just as a study for you guys if you're trying to see, hey, you've never done a self-tape before and you're wondering how to do one, or if you're wondering what he did, why his self-tape turned out so good compared to maybe other people's self-tapes. The better self-tape you have, the better representation that you can show of your acting, the better chance that you have of potentially going and booking that part that you go and audition for. So, anyways, it's a great study for you guys to watch. His self-tape was awesome. We're going to take a look at it today, and we're going to be talking about some of the points that he did and what actually worked really well for him. All right, here we go. So just right here, all we have is the words coming up. It's just saying who he is and what he's auditioning for. And this is simple stuff. Sometimes you put it up, sometimes you don't. So this is his slate here. He's saying who he is and what he's auditioning for. He decided to go and do it shirtless. It just depends on the type of role you're going for. And they could have also specifically asked for this. You know, if you're auditioning for something like Baywatch, I wouldn't be surprised if someone slated with their shirt off. And casting will probably ask it from you. So they could have asked him right here simply and said, hey, when you slate, do it with your shirt off. Or maybe they wanted some other scene of him with his shirt off and he just decided, hey, for my slate, I'm going to have my shirt off for it, and that works too. Either way, that's the decision he made, and that's what he was working with. All right, let's go back into it. And you notice here, he decides to use the blue background. Sometimes people have off-white, sometimes they have black. He chose blue. And he takes his moment here.
Wasn't planning on taking that body from me, were you?
You get away, man. I found him. I got dibs.
Oh, I guess I should start running. You got dibs.
I earned him. You came in a car. That's not fair. He's mine.
Now see, just in this little moment right here, he takes his time when he comes in. He doesn't have a rush or a need that he feels like he has to speak right now. He takes his time. We get to see, okay, this is who this guy is. We can tell a lot about a person depending on how fast they speak and when they need to speak. When he walks into this scene, he is not the type of person that has to go and speak right away. He can take his time. He has control in this moment. It helps shows that control that he actually has. And then when he's talking to this other character here, notice a little bit of a smile that he starts to put on his face. A little bit of a mischievous smile. It just gives a little bit of an in-depth idea of who this guy is, who this character is. You could be doing a scene, or you could just be talking. Let's make it not even a scene, a normal person in everyday life. If they're smiling, you have a little bit of a different feeling compared to when they're not smiling. When you have someone who's talking very seriously about something going on right now in this moment, in this scene, and he's smiling about it, it's no big deal to him. He's not afraid, he's not scared. It gives an idea and a more in-depth idea of who this guy is.
That's not fair. He's mine. Well, not anymore. Now listen. You got two choices. Either you go quietly and I take the body, or you stay, I beat the crap out of you, and I still take the body.
The way you beat the crap.
So notice right here his eye contact, very powerful. He's focusing on the person he's talking to. He's not looking away, he's not trying to have all these different thoughts of thinking about anything. Here, he's very solid on the person he's talking to, and he's trying to make a point. He's going through and almost threatening the person that he's talking to. And you see, he doesn't have to go and yell about it. A lot of people think, okay, if I'm going to go and do a scene like this, I got to go and yell and try to intimidate somebody. You don't always have to yell to intimidate. And you'll notice that more often than not, the stronger people don't have to try and do anything. They just are. So you can see here, he's not forcing anything. And there's different levels in his voice. His voice right now in his register is a little bit more in the lower and softer range. It was a little bit higher before at the beginning of the scene. Start to pay attention to this as we go through the entire scene and see where his voice plays. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's a little lower, sometimes it's higher. There's a natural musicality to it, just like I have, just like you have, just like we all have in our everyday lives. We just have to make sure to bring it into a scene when we're working on it, especially our self-taped.
Out of John Brown.
Okay, Chambers, you little this is your last chance. Easy way, hard way. What do you say?
Why don't you go screw your mother some more?
You are dead, kid.
You're gonna have to kill me, Billy.
Oh, I got no problem with that. Okay, now.
And then you can see here, he has his hands, the easy way, hard way, moving them here, sticking it out, talking to the person. It helps shows the person's in the room a little bit more, makes it a little bit more personal. The hand things you guys have to remember when it comes to your self-tapes, it's perfectly fine to have your hands and show them, put them in the scene. You just don't put them in for 90% of the scene. A lot of times actors, especially starting out, will use their hands for everything when they're trying to talk and explain things. It's just a little bit that you have to do. It's just a little bit of a flavor. It's like if you have cake. Icing is not the whole thing of the cake. You got more cake than you do icing. Sometimes what happens is the hands, they're like icing. Don't put too much icing on the cake. Actors, new actors, when they're starting off, they put tons, 10 pounds of icing on top of a 2-pound cake. It's too much. So you have to notice here, yes, the hands, it's fine, you can put them in, but he's not doing it for the entire scene. Just another really important point for you guys to realize and take note of.
Now listen, why don't you put that away before you shoot yourself in the foot with it, okay? You ain't got the sack to shoot a woodchuck.
If you don't stand still, I'm gonna shoot you.
Okay, come on, why don't you just give me that gun, okay, and get it?
Okay, and then talking about levels, when he's saying, okay, look, why don't you just go and give me that gun? When he's bringing it up a little bit more, so you can see there's levels within his own voice that he has. A lot of times actors will be just monotone throughout an entire scene. And some scenes do require that. You just have to be aware of which scenes those are. But here you can see there's fluctuations, there's levels in his vocality when he's actually going and he's speaking. Also, just another point for you guys to realize, look how clear he is on his self-tape here. I just want to mention this because I get other people sending me in their self-tapes, and a lot of the times it's not very clear and it's sometimes blurry, or they're not lit properly, or they're too dark. You want to see here how you can perfectly see him. His background's all completely blank, but he also has great lighting shining on him, so it's much easier to focus on everything that he's doing from the casting perspective and from the director's perspective when they have to go and watch this tape. Because you have to remember, if you get booked for a part in a big movie, a big TV show, you're going to be on screen. You're going to be lit well. They want to see what you look like. They want to see the emotions that you're having on your face, what you're bringing to the moment. All right, let's go back into it.
Out of here while you still have a chance? You must have at least some sense, right?
Suck my fat one, you cheap dime store hood.
And then
What are
now,
you gonna do?
there's a little bit of a pause here. And I want you guys to realize this. Pausing can be very important and helpful for the actor in the storytelling process for all of you. Now the problem is when actors try to go and pause too much. You have to have a healthy balance. Pausing should only really be important for those points that you're trying to make. If you're really trying to emphasize a point, having a pause can be really important to getting to that next step. You have to have the right intention behind the line, but if you use pausing the right way, it can emphasize the point that you're trying to make. It can make your point stronger, and it builds a deeper connection and idea to the characters that you're playing. So when casting directors are looking at you, they can really see you as the character more because you're using the pausing properly to emphasize your characters, to emphasize the text that you're saying.
Are you gonna kill me?
Yeah, Billy, I am.
And he's just whispering here. Here's this pause.
I'm gonna get you for this one.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't.
Oh, I will.
So all he has to do
Don't you worry
is have
about
that pause. And then he just whispers his lines. All he's doing. And then you can see that he just walks right off, and then that's it for his first scene. Then there's more to it if you guys want to go and see the rest of his scene and what he did with the scene 2. You guys can go and find it in the description down below. But again, great job to Dacre. He did an amazing job with this. Everything was right. His acting was good. The camera was good. It was in the right spot. No bad background. He was lit properly. You could hear the story that was going on. The outfit that he was wearing worked for his character. You know, he didn't go and just wear some bright pink outfit because that's not what this type of character would be wearing. He was wearing all the right things. He checked off all the boxes that he was supposed to tick. So he did a good job. Does this guarantee that he's going to go and always get the part? No, it doesn't. There was probably a lot of other actors who auditioned for this exact same part who had good lighting, good background, good camera, great acting, all that stuff. Then it just comes down to the point of, hey, who fits the part a little bit better? Did Dacre fit it more? Did actor B fit it more? Did actor C fit it more? Who was it? It just ended up being him. Now, you get a better chance of getting noticed by casting directors, and you get a better chance at making it to the next step by going through and having all your boxes ticked off. It's a lot harder for you if you don't. If your camera isn't very good and we can't really see you and what's going on, if we can't see the emotions happening, the shifts that you're going through as an actor, it's gonna be a lot harder for us to wanna book you for a part. So it's just important to realize some of these points. This is what Dacre did, it was great. Does this mean you have to do this scene exactly in this way? No, everyone would do it differently. I would do the scene differently, you would do the scene differently. We could bring Johnny Depp, Will Smith, Matthew McConaughey, they would all do this scene differently because we're all different people. There's no one right way to do a scene, but there are commonalities that we will bring in. The eye contact that we have, the levels and fluctuations within our voice, the points that we're trying to make, the outfits that we're wearing for the audition. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you guys. If you guys also have any suggestions about any other people you want me to take a look at and we can put it on the channel here, just let me know and we'll go and do that. Also, I'll be leaving the 10-hour acting masterclass 2.0 down in the description below and also in the comment section if you guys are interested in that. If you guys want to see, hey, what are all the things you should be looking for as an actor? If you want to know how I'm able to see and look at all these things, that will be down in the description below and also in the comment section if you guys are interested in that. Alrighty, so I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.